It's Ports a Call waterfront dining, award-winning service and cuisine with a view of the dynamic L.A. harbor from every seat. For reservations and directions, visit portsacalldining.com or call 310-833-3553.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Z Spot with Kelly Z.
Hello.
And I'm Marla. How are you? We're super excited to have Linda Palmer back as a guest.
Yes.
Fantastic director. And she's going to chat about a short film that she did called Our Father. Very important message about Alzheimer's and a story that's near and dear to her heart. So, Linda, could you tell us a little bit about that film?
Sure. Thank you both again for having me back on.
Thank you for being here.
It was a big drive to get over here.
She lives right over here.
Hashtag not.
Right there. Not.
No. Our father was a very, very personal story. We had not seen our father in 30 years. He was not very much a part of our family growing up. And this is a little backstory. He Facebooked us. He friended us on Facebook.
Wow.
And my younger brother and I had a couple of conversations with him before he forgot that he friended us. And then my middle brother actually called him, realized he didn't sound quite right. Long story short, went and saw him, found out he had dementia. He was really heading into like mid-stage dementia and shouldn't be living on his own. So he tried to find someone that could take care of him, and there really wasn't anybody. So he and his family ended up taking care of him the last 2 years of his life. And so the story was born out of one moment when my brother was in the bathroom with him, helping him, and he reveals a secret that changed the entire scope of the family and literally gave all of us another look at him, and we all were able to forgive him for how horrible he was, because he was not a very nice guy. So yeah, it's about that reveal, but it really is, it really tugged at the heartstrings of caregivers everywhere.
For sure.
We crowdfunded the movie, and like 95% of the people that sent money for it were caregivers.
Wow.
And we found that was our large audience. Anybody that had dealt with that or had anybody in their family that had Alzheimer's or dementia.
Relatable.
In this film, too, you really do capture that. You capture how hard it is to take care of somebody with Alzheimer's, with dementia. You really capture that, and it helps people to see that. Yeah,
we've had it's funny, we've had a lot of exposure within the Alzheimer's organizations where we've gone and we've been participated in walks and helped raise money, and I've gone and spoken at different events. So yeah, it's really it's become definitely an awareness film, for sure.
Absolutely.
And then it had so much exposure on the festival circuit.
Yeah.
It was like in, I think, 22 festivals and won 36 awards.
That's amazing.
Well, the
Congratulations.
acting was amazing as
and
well.
Michael Gross, who is the father in the
Yeah.
film, has his own story with
yes, he
personal
does.
story.
Yeah,
with
and
dementia
he one of the reasons that he did the film was because he and his wife took care of her mother, who had Alzheimer's for 10 years. They were her caregiver, and it was really difficult. It was really difficult for them, and he sort of did it as an homage to his mother-in-law. And he brought a lot to it. But there's this funny story where I met him. He wanted to meet first, before he did this short. And for those of you that haven't seen it yet, I definitely recommend seeing it. But
amazing performance.
He does have a nude scene in it.
He does. He's a little nudie patootie.
So he's proud that he actually had to sign a nudity waiver in his 60s. He brings that up regularly. But aside from that, I think he just wanted to be comfortable with this new director that he obviously never worked with before, and it's very sensitive material and everything. So we met, And he was like, I love this so much. He goes, this is such a great script. There's not one word I would change in it.
Wow.
And he goes, well, no, there's actually just one word I would change. He proceeded to tell me that word. I'm not going to say it right now because it might give away some stuff.
So how long did it take you to write the short?
That one I wrote over a weekend.
Wow.
And then it's 18 pages. So I wrote it over a weekend, and then I spent like another probably 2 or 3 weeks just doing some rewrites on it, gave it to some of my close, other writer friends and stuff, had them give me some feedback. And really within about 2 months, we were having a reading in my living room with my husband and my next door neighbor, who was also one of my producers. And we were just all going, yeah, we need to make this happen.
Yeah.
Right. You knew right away when you read it that you had to make it happen.
Yeah.
Right. Great.
Well, it's so funny because, it was when you have a story that's very personal like that. First of all, I would never have done it if the family didn't want to tell the story.
Right. Of course.
And so actually what happened was my brother called me and I wasn't home. He left a message on my answering machine, and that's how the movie opens. Is someone there's a message. And so I called him back, and he told me the story, and I'm just like, oh, my God. Yeah. Right? And so then I tell my husband, and he's like, that is incredible. Like, he was floored.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I was walking with my producing partner next door, and I tell her the story, and she's like, WTF, she says on it and everything. You need to make a movie.
Right.
And so I talked to Dave, my brother, and I said, is this something that you guys would want me to write? And at first I really tried to talk him into writing a book because he reads a lot. He's a pretty voracious reader. And I really tried to talk to him about how that might be, helpful. Yeah, cathartic for him to go through that. And after a while, he just didn't want to do that. And then I wrote the script and I let him read it. He's like, who would want to see this?
A lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it was somebody.
So
He's like,
strong.
he goes, I don't know. He goes, I just don't think anyone would want to see that.
Oh, wow.
What's the running time on it?
It's 21 minutes because we have an amazing song at the end of it.
It is a great song.
Yeah.
Who wrote the song?
That was written by a songwriter that also did some music for me on a movie called Halloween Party.
Okay.
There were a couple of songs that he had in that. And he just, he kept in touch with me, and he knew I was writing something else, and kind of the storyline intrigued him. So he asked if he could read the script. I sent it to him, and he was just so inspired. He wrote these amazing lyrics.
Yes.
And then I said, I really am in love with this song, and I was actually going to try and license this other song for it. And he goes, let me try and do something for you. He goes, I absolutely want to do this music like you did, Kelly.
Right. Yeah.
That was amazing.
Right.
For
songwriters
writers.
love it when they can get a project and you tell them a kind of a feeling you're looking for, and it's a guidance thing.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we need guidance.
Yeah, and then he did this amazing thing where he found us a singer producer in Nashville, and he actually produced the music or the song, because he lives in Hawaii, basically over the phone, with this guy.
Oh my gosh!
So that was really cool.
Have you met a lot of people through having done this film that are now, that you talk to a lot because of the subject matter?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
One of the organizations here in LA is it's a Southern California Alzheimer's organization, and one of the women that's the president of it, Susan. We've done her walks, and we just did a big ad campaign where both the Michaels, it's Michael Gross and Michael Worth star in it. Right. They came in for this ad campaign along with lots of other people that are, and I don't want to spoil it, it's going to be released soon.
Yeah.
But they help promote our movie, and we help promote what they're doing because they're doing such great work.
That's great.
Well, promoting that film is so important.
Right.
It
And
really
where
is.
can people see it? Where can we?
Well, you can always go to ourfatherproductions.com, and there's a link where people can stream it or buy it. It's like $2.99 to stream it.
Oh, great.
And I think $4.99 if you want to own it after that. And I think a lot of people when they see it, almost everybody who's seen it has to watch it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right.
It's true.
And then share it with other people.
And that's really true. People
they want to share it.
Yeah, and they tell me all the time, I watched it, but I had to watch it another 2 or 3 times.
For sure.
And Yes, absolutely, they share it.
So I'm just going to give a little information on Alzheimer's. It's a type of dementia that causes problems with memory, thinking, and behavior. Symptoms usually develop slowly, get worse over time, becoming severe enough to interfere with daily tasks. It's not a normal part of aging, although the greatest known risk factor is increasing age, and the majority of people with Alzheimer's are 65 and older. But Alzheimer's is not just a disease of old age. It's up to 5% of people with the disease have early onset Alzheimer's. There was a movie about this, wasn't there? Also known as younger onset, which often appears when someone is in their 40s or 50s. And Marla was going to tell a couple of celebrities that are involved on.
Yeah, you know, it's such an important. I think it's an important thing to talk about. We've never had it in our family, but I know so many people who have. And this film was so powerful, and I was privileged enough to work with Linda on this film. And really, it's just, I mean, it's so strong. The message is so strong. The performances are so strong. It's so well written.
Thank you.
It's such a great piece. But there are so many celebrities that do have it in their family. And Seth Rogen is one of them, of course, Carey Mulligan. Glenn Campbell actually has Alzheimer's. And what a great performer, what a great man. And Maria Shriver, of course, Lisa Gibbons, who, you know, we talk to a lot, and David Hyde Pierce, who does a lot of work for the disease. And it's just, I think it's important, you know, Alzheimer's Association, go to alz.org and you can find out about these walks. There's 3 upcoming in the LA area. We've got LA in November, we've got Northridge in September, and Santa Monica in October.
And those are every year.
Every year, annual
they
walks. They always, you know, walk for Alzheimer's, and it's important. And we participated, and it's a great day. And you know, there's a lot of people out there, and it's just a nice way to support this.
Yeah.
What did you want people to take away from your film, if you can, in a nutshell? And Linda, what did you want people to take away from your film?
You know, it's weird. I mean, I didn't in the beginning write it because of Alzheimer's or dementia. That wasn't the real message I was trying to get across. The real message I wanted to get across is people need to live their life authentically.
Right.
And if they can do that, things will be a lot better for them. And I won't really go further into it. Yeah, because there's, you know, it does give away part of the story. But really, you know, our father was not living the life that he wanted to be living, which made him the monster that he was.
Right.
And had he been supported, then, you know, well, maybe I wouldn't be here, but
We don't want that.
Right.
But there would have
be
been,
different.
our mom's life would have been different, you know, and a lot have other people's lives probably would have been different.
So live your life authentically. I love that. That's our hashtag.
Live authentically.
Live authentically. And this next song is going out to all the caregivers, and it's inspired by Footprints in the Sand, and it's called Just You.
Here I stand alone, never lonely. My wings, and I finally learned to fly. So I take this final stand, and I show the world who I am, and it's all because of you. It was always just you. Track of time, but I always walk the line. For you showed me my soul, and when I've nowhere else to go, so I take this final stand, and I show the world what I am, and it's all because of you. was always just you. That broke me down, it showed me what I feel inside, and lifted me up, held me so high. I tried so hard to feel you, and I tried so hard to see you there. Now I know it's true. I was looking at you, and my skies were clear. On the days I felt you near, some say I've been found, but you've always been around. So I take this final stand, and I show the world who I am, and it's all because of you. It was always just you. That broke me down, it showed me what I feel inside, and lifted me up, held me so high. I tried so hard to feel you, and I tried so hard to see Now I know it's true. I was always looking at you.